And I'm going to go ahead and give Blunkey a call.
Hello.
Hey, buddy, can you hear me okay?
1 second. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me all right?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Well,
Hold on,
I.
wait. 1 second, please. 1 second. I just have to pick up this call. I'm gonna come right back in 2 seconds.
All right.
I'm sorry about that. 1 second.
No, you're good, bro. All right, guys. Yeah. Welcome to this, I guess, interview with Blunkey here. I got Blunkey on the call. He had to step away for a minute, but for anybody that tuned in, appreciate it. Um, yeah, just gonna be asking him a few questions and whatnot. From what I understand, he is the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, and he's also the owner. So I've got a few questions for him, and some of the questions are going to be based off of the lack of understanding of what I know as a player in the league, and kind of just what I see from the chat. So when he's ready, we'll get that started. Um, yeah, layout. I didn't really have any like media to kind of play in the big screen there, so I kind of just have the website kind of put up. I noticed that it's not even updated. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm here.
All right, sounds good. All right, so yeah, I was just telling the chat kind of what the purpose of this live stream was. Just kind of just asking you some interview questions um, and whatnot. I feel like this is a little bit better of a way to, I guess, create content versus create an article for it. I don't know. I just find articles boring. I'd rather just have some type of video content out there. So, without further ado, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. And I guess the first thing I kind of wanted for you to kind of talk about is, tell the community who you are. I guess give a brief overview of your VFL career, even seasons before the revival season. Or like explain what your position on your team is, and like what's your record so far this season and whatnot.
Yeah, I got you. So I'm Blunkey. I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching knows who I am. I've joined the VFL around Madden 23, I think Madden 24, Madden 23, and D Rock was actually the first person to pick me up for his team. He's the first one that gave me an opportunity, but it wasn't at quarterback, it was at running back. So I started my VFL career as a running back. It wasn't as quarterback. But after I played with D Rock and I seen how bad he was, it kind of took the pressure off of me. Like I was like, okay, if this guy's playing quarterback, I could play quarterback as well. So, that's kind of when I gave it a chance. And I would say my best season as a quarterback was probably last Madden. I don't know if we did a season last Madden. It was either last Madden or the one before last Madden. But if I'm honest right now, I'm kind of struggling a bit. I haven't really played Madden as much as I have in the past this year. So, Brady cooked me yesterday. I've been losing to Delu, which I never lose to Delu. And I'm just struggling picking up the blitz right now. I don't really know how to adjust my own line, if I'm completely honest. And I'm kind of letting my teammates down. I'm letting Ohio down. I kind of feel bad because I'm just kind of wasting his time right now. But I'm gonna just keep on trying to get better.
Yeah, that's really just the way to go about it, man. I mean, a lot of my times, I mean, I played in the VFL for many seasons, and I mean, I've had more downs than ups, and really kind of what just keeps the league thriving is, just through the tough times, don't quit. And this is kind of like going into my second question here is with the line that you did have and the reason why they quit. But before I get to that, that's really the best way you can go about it, man.
Yep.
You're gonna have down seasons, um, but yeah, I mean yeah. So going into my next question, kind of what is the plan with your team since you pretty much had a whole line quit?
Yeah. Right now. I'm just trying to. really trying to pick up anybody that's willing to play and stay active. But these guys that were on my team, I'm not mad that they quit just because I understood why they quit. It wasn't like they quit just because they didn't want to like play no more. It was just more of they felt like we was getting, mistreated a little bit with the tickets. So I understood why they quit, but it's hard. We're gonna just try to find anybody who's willing to play. It's kind of hard right now due to the inactivity and the free agency, but we're gonna just try to put together. We're just gonna try to put together a team.
So are you? So you might not be able to talk about it, but are you allowed to talk about the ticket situations and kind of give
Yeah,
us
I'm
an
here to talk
overview?
about everything.
All right. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you don't get in trouble for talking about it, I mean, yeah, kind of give us an explanation of what's been going on in terms of, I guess, the tickets that's been filed.
So there's been multiple tickets that have been filed. Supposedly, I filed the most tickets, or my team has filed the most tickets out of anybody, or we've had tickets filed against us. So I'll just kind of give an explanation on why I think it's kind of unfair. So our very first ticket was for Solo. Solo came into the league. He didn't really understand the rules. I tried to give him a brief displaying of the rules, but he's still like, it was like his first time playing with these rules. He came in as an ECU. So I understood why he broke the rules. Whatever. I'm not mad at that one. The one that we're mad about is that they said that we were hovering, which I don't the hovering rule gets, you know, it's like a judgment thing. It's like, is he hovering or is he not? So we got a forfeit for supposedly us hovering, but we submitted a ticket for another team hovering, and it just got put as a warning. So I don't see how, that's really fair for us to take a forfeit loss and the other team to only get a warning. Not only that, how we got a forfeit wasn't even due to the team that we played against. Brady, a completely different team, filed a ticket against us, which I don't know how that like that's kind of gay if you ask me. How another team could file a ticket for another team and you weren't even involved in the game. So, I just feel like there's a lot of bias going on, and that's just my opinion on it. And the rules are just, in my opinion, constantly changing. Like for example, the team wasn't even uh the, like a couple teams I played didn't post their lineups, and we were told that if we don't post the lineups before 7 p.m., that it would be an automatic forfeit. Some teams took an hour to post their lineups late, and the rule just got changed because it didn't benefit them. So it's just like a lot of biased things going on, in my opinion, with my team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just because of who I am. So they don't want to I feel like they just not ruining it in my favor. So I feel like my team is, you know, taking a penalty for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get with the whole rule changes during a season how it can definitely make a negative impact with the community. I mean, there's been times when I was running the VFL and we had to make rule changes during the season, and it got a lot of heat for it. Um,
Now keep in mind, I don't want to say this to bash like Vaughn,
uh,
because in my opinion, I think Vaughn is kind of like, like I don't talk to him. I don't really know Vaughn a whole lot. So I don't really, but from the little times that I talk to him, he seems cool. Like it's whatever. I think we talked once during the thing. Like he's cool, whatever. I just think that when it comes to my personality, like sometimes they make comments like, "Oh, it's not them, it's just Blunkey." Like I feel like there's just a lot of bias towards my name. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But that's just no shade. Like I feel like you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'll take her. What I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
so that actually it's actually crazy how you're answering these questions because it goes right into my next one that I had is like my next question I had was why does the league have this misconception about you? Like, are you really not a likable person or just misunderstood? Because
I'll be honest.
well, let me start this off with like, so I've heard your name around a few times. I don't really know you personally, but as a player, from from the stuff that I read in chat, it makes me think like, what is like, is it? this guy really not a good person to be around. It's just an outsider of me looking in. So I really don't know. Like I said, I don't really know you too much. I haven't had
Yeah.
a negative encounter with you yet. So I mean, what do you think?
If I'm honest, outtaker, I feel like I'm just not a likable person. That's just me being true to myself. It just goes back. It's just everywhere I go. It's just not the VFL. I just have a lot of experience where people don't like me,
But
and the
but
people that do like me.
why do people not like you though? Like, have they given you reasons, or what? Like, do you troll, or what's the case?
No, I don't think I troll on purpose. I just think that I don't like I troll in the VFL, but like the VFL is not like it's like we're trolling about football. So it's not like I don't take anything too serious. But I don't really have a good answer for you on this.
Mm,
I just don't think that just due to my life experiences, I don't have a lot of people that like me in my life. But the people that I do get along with, I do get along with well. And that's just my. I'm not like a. I don't want to say like I'm a toxic person to be around. I'm pretty chill. But like in the VFL, I will troll. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I will
mm-hmm.
troll in the chat. I will call people trash. I will call people this. But it's not never like on no personal type of timing.
Yeah,
It's not like I hate these guys. I actually like everybody in the chat that I talk to. Besides B Wall kind of gets me upset because I feel like he be biased too. But nah, it's just it's nothing personal.
I got you. Um, so as an owner, I mean, what do you think's been good this season, and then like what's been kind of the bad or something that you think should be improved on for next?
As an owner, it's my third time being an owner, and I would say the things that need to be improved on. I feel like the rule changes need to come to an end. Like we can't keep on changing the rules every every day, like just to make it convenient. Like I feel like as the commissioner of the league, you just got to stand on business. Like if these are the rules, these are the rules. Just don't change it mid-season. Like if you're gonna put in a rule change, have the rule change start next season. So that's been like the big thing about everything. Like even when we were doing the draft, 4 hours before the draft, we had a situation where they upgraded the lines from 2 to 3. And that kind of threw off my whole team because I made a trade thinking there was only going to be 2 lines. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like there's been a lot of inconsistencies. I feel like we just need to make rules, stick by the rules. And then if we don't like the rules, we change it next season.
Yeah.
But some of the good that's been a part of it, I feel like I like what they did with Timo where he does the player rights. I feel like Timo's a good person for that. I like that they actually uh, brought back the league and making an effort to bring back the league because the VFL, I met a lot. I mean, the VFL is just a virtual football league, but I think we could all agree that it's played a big part in some people's lives. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Brady made lifelong friends with Northside and the Feet. You know what I mean? So that's a great thing. I made some friends with the VFL. You've probably made some friends with the VFL that you talk to. So I think the VFL as a community is great. Sometimes it gets a lot of, there's like a lot of arguments about how toxic the community is. But as a whole, I think it's good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of things that you say, especially about the changing the rules in the season. I've always been an advocate that I feel like, and I seen somebody had posted this not too long ago, but with it being the first season and it's on a Madden that we haven't had a season on, I wouldn't have been opposed to just going in this and not having rules the first season and kind of like just jotting down all the pain points, like what is an issue, like is it hovering or is it not, or is it RPO spams, and then in season two you kind of build off that and add rules instead of kind of just basing some of your rules off of previous seasons and previous Maddens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole
My opinion,
go ahead.
in my opinion, I don't really think. that like I understand that not everybody is like a try hard Madden player, but for example, there's a rule where we can't hover personally, like user hover, but they allow CPU to hover, and I just feel like, what's the point? Like, why not? Why is like the CPU allowed to hover? It's like almost the same thing. So I just there's like a lot of rules that I feel like need to be modified.
Yeah, the hovering thing, in my opinion, is more like it's more opinion based versus fact. You know what I mean? And it's always going to be an opinion. And as you can see from the tickets that's been submitted so far this season, it just doesn't seem like there's been consistency in that ruling. You know.
Yep.
Um, but we'll move on from that. And I kind of want to just end this off with because I was trying to make this interview about 20 minutes, and we still got a few more minutes left. But I wanted to spend some time on that Eagles game that you had, and I know it's probably not going to be easy to talk about, but I mean, what will really gain respect in the league is being able to, I guess, eat your own words from talking shit and kind of just
Yeah.
digest what had happened. So, I mean, what did happen in that, and what can you do to improve as an OC?
No, I went briefly over it earlier. So, coming into this season, I thought I was hot shit. I'm gonna be honest, because in the last Madden, I was feeling good. Like I came, like last Madden, I felt like I played the best ball that I played. I know we didn't have a season, but when we was playing, I don't know if it was last Madden, but the last Madden we played, me in Ohio, we was playing good. We was being Larry, we was beating butt people. I was playing mutt. I was feeling good basically. So my skills was at the top, and I came into the season with a lot of confidence. But like I said, I haven't really played Madden that much this year, so I didn't I wasn't aware of anything. I wasn't aware of the blitzes that I was gonna have to face, and that's basically what happened yesterday. On offense, I really couldn't get anything going, and all this season, I haven't been able to get anything going just because I haven't been able to pick up the blitz. They're doing something where they're hovering the CPU, and the guy's coming straight in, and I just don't know how to block it. If I'm completely honest, so I just gotta I was throwing picks trying to get the ball out. I was getting sacked a lot. I was getting hit. And like I said, I'm letting my teammates down. I felt like it's not a good feeling. Like you get on the game, we about to have a competitive game. I tell Ohio get on, and we just waste an hour. Just not having a
Mm.
competitive game. So I gotta definitely figure out how to pick up the blitz because Ohio is playing great defense. Ohio is on the same boat as me. He hasn't played Madden a lot this year. So to see him, get some stops, get an interception or two, it felt good knowing that he could come on the game and play defense at a high level. And, I just gotta be able to do the same thing on offense. I gotta figure out how to pick up the blitz because if I'm honest, that's really what's hindering my skill set right now.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have it noted down here from looking at some of the stats that they at least had 5 sacks on you. Do you know how many sacks they did have on you by chance?
I don't know. I just know that the sacks and the QB hits added up. And the QB hits was making me throw interceptions because I was trying to get the ball out because I was worried that I was going to get hit. I didn't want to take sacks again. It was just a lot. So shout out to whoever was calling defense yesterday.
I gotcha. Yeah, I one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this interview with an offensive coordinator, and I felt like you would have been a perfect candidate, is you ever watch those John Gruden videos of quarterbacks with snap counts?
I swear he's replaying like he's making him keep on saying it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you got a
Yeah.
snap count, buddy? If you got a snap count, let's hear it.
I don't got a snap count.
You ain't got a snap count. You ain't got a hard count that would draw the defense off sides or anything, man. You ain't got none of
I'm gonna
that.
be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. Maybe I'll straight
Uh,
up on you.
all right. Well, you think about it, man, and you let me know that snap count sometime. All right.
All right, I got you.
All right. Yeah. Well, that
Hey,
that that concludes the interview. You don't have to stay on the call if you don't want to anymore, Blunkey. But I appreciate the time that you took out to get this out to the community. Um, But yeah, we'll end it here, guys. I'll probably make this video available on my YouTube channel. So I mean, we had a few people join in throughout the time, but I'm sure that there's probably people that kind of want to rewatch this. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So I will end it here, and you guys all have a good night.
All right, thank you.